You got a busy week coming up, no time to cook dinner at night? Prep this easy pesto chicken pasta and relax. It's a freezer-friendly meal prep that's guaranteed to make your life this much easier. Imagine this, you walk through the door after a hectic day, but your stomach, it's still craving that warm, comforting homemade meal. With just a bit of preparation ahead of time, you can have a nice gourmet dinner ready from your freezer to your oven in no time. Let's dive into making pesto pasta and chicken for those hectic nights.
Your first step is going to be to season your chicken. My little extra step on this one is to zest a lemon into it as well. Season it with salt, pepper, and a generous amount of Italian seasoning. When you zest a lemon, do it like you're tiptoeing on ice. Otherwise, you're gonna zest the pith, which is that white layer that's gonna be really bitter tasting. But make sure not to cut your lemon until you zest. I've done this before and learned my lesson the hard way, so I'm here to say don't do it that way. While your chicken's soaking up those seasonings, you can get your nuts ready. I like to use cashews for the creaminess. Pine nuts obviously are more traditional, but honestly most nuts work just fine. We're going to toss up our cashews in a good amount of olive oil, salt, and this is an optional step. I like to throw red pepper on mine too, which gives it a little spice to it. And if you don't want to roast them at all, just soak them in water for an hour so they're soft.
Now we got our roasted nuts. I like mine pretty crispy. If you don't like them as crispy as mine,
just do less than 10 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Next up is a hot pan filled with olive oil for our seasoned chicken thighs.
I use chicken thighs for this recipe. You can use chicken breast too. Cook your chicken until it hits 165 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature. I take mine off around 150, 155, set it aside. The carryover cooking will bring it up 10 to 15 degrees or so, but it needs to hit that 165 before I bite into it so I can get E. coli and get sick, you know? Use a thermometer. Thermometer is your friend, it's not your enemy.
Now you can set aside your cooked chicken to slice a little bit later.
If you're enjoying this video, you're learning something new, you're having fun with it, do me a favor. Give this video a like, subscribe to Hellman's Kitchen, my YouTube channel. I also got my free 30 Days of Healthy Recipes e-cookbook you can download down in the description. I'll link it below. I'm not gonna lie, basil, it's not in season around here in New York. It's still gonna taste good, but I'm gonna have to pick out some of this bullshit in here. Hopefully it's a little better by you or by the time you're watching this, it's in season. We're gonna throw all the ingredients for the pesto into a little food processor. If you don't have that, feel free to chop it up with a knife or crush it all with a pot, or if you're really angry, use a fist, whatever works for you, you know. Food processor is probably the best way to do it though. And just pulse it along the way, you know, that'll really do the job. We're gonna throw in all our ingredients.
You can use a block of Parmesan cheese or use the pre-grated stuff. Honestly, it's your kitchen, so it's your choice. Fun tip also, if you're not feeling dairy for whatever reason, you can substitute nutritional yeast. It's a super common option when cooking plant-based actually, or for people that love dairy but don't feel that love back. Be careful not to overdo this step. Just pulse it really slowly and add in your olive oil as needed. The end result should look something like this, nice and creamy, and honestly, if you're like me, I like it just a little bit chunky so you get some really nice bites of everything. I like to chop my chicken into bite-sized pieces, but it's really up to you, you know? Leave it whole, slice it into strips, or don't even include chicken. You can sub in another meat or no meat at all. It's up to you.
Why do you salt the pasta water? For the flavor, that's it. To make your pasta not stick together while it's in the
pot, just add the dry pasta to a boiling pot of salted water, then stir it until it comes back to a boil. Simple as that. Now, for one of my favorite parts of the entire recipe. I know you're excited at this step, but don't act like a puppy with a new chew toy. Otherwise, you're gonna bust up all that nice pasta. Keep watching so I can teach you the proper way to freeze and reheat this dish. You can just
cover it with aluminum foil or something like that, and you're good to go. You know, you got dinner after a hectic day at work or whatever you're doing, watching the kids or something. You don't have to worry about a bunch of dishes. That's the key to meal preps. Instead of ordering that pizza, take out your freezer container full of pesto pasta chicken, pop it in the oven, 350 for about 30 minutes covered, and boom, there you got it. You know, throw a little water in the pan too before you throw it in the oven. It'll make it a little more moist on the inside.
You can also top it with some grated Parmesan cheese or even mozzarella. If you do this, just uncover the container in the last few minutes or so of reheating.
If you enjoyed this episode, I also guarantee you'll like my previous episode where I make a one-pot chicken and rice. Honestly, I like dream about this dish. It was really tasty. I'm gonna link it above and in the description below for you. So be sure to check that one out too. And remember to like this video and subscribe to my Hellman's Kitchen YouTube channel.